Hello, this is Eric Merritt of Eric Merritt Sells Easy Real Estate, our YouTube channel. And I'm also a realtor of HomeSmart Northeast Mesa. If this is your first time watching this video, this is our first Metro Phoenix video, market update video, all encompassing of all areas of the Phoenix metro area. So the West Valley, Central Phoenix, Scottsdale, East Valley, and the Pinal County cities. And including with the East Valley, we're going to handle Southeast Gilbert and Queen Creek and Santan Valley as well. So we're going to go into the first part of the synopsis. Will be comparing the West Valley, all the towns in the West Valley, of where we were exactly a year ago, what the average sales price was for July 2021 last month, and then comparing that from a year ago. And then we're going to do that for Central Phoenix, for the East Valley, including Southeast Gilbert, Northeast Mesa, and the Pinal County cities of Maricopa, Coolidge, Casa Grande, and Florence. Second part, we're going to go into the price ranges and the types of homes. For example, from mobile homes from 150,000 to 300,000, condos and townhomes from 150 to 300, 300 to 500, and then 500 to a million. Single family homes from 250,000 and to 350, 350 to 500, 500 to 750, 750 to a million, and then 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and then 3 to 5 million, and then 5 million and up. So in all those price categories, we're going to show you what the sales price to list price ratios were in June of 2021 versus July 2021 last month, and then the inventory supply ratio, which is active divided by closed. And then we're going to show you that from July to August this month. So the last two price categories that you will see in the luxury market, the inventory has gone up significantly. Even though the sales price to list price ratios have gotten a little stronger actually, but the inventory has gone way up in those two price markets. And they're creeping up a little bit in the other price categories, but nowhere near the pace in the 3 million and up. So then the last part, we're going to go into Southeast Gilbert, Queen Creek, Santan Valley, and then the Pinal County cities, and that will encompass the whole video. So we're going to go ahead and get this video started. I know it'll be a lot of information to handle, but you will find it very valuable, and especially if you're a buyer of any type of these homes or condos or townhomes or whatever your price range is, that is extremely important to know, because you need to understand how, in each of these price categories, how many of them are being paid cash, conventional, FHA, and VA, and then how many of those, if there's even any seller concessions at all, which in this market, there still is some, but not that many. So you're going to see the breakdown of how the homes were paid for at the close of escrow. So we're going to go ahead and get this video started, and thank you. This part is of the Gila River crossing, and you get to it from going east of Florence on Florence-Kelvin Highway, go to the Boulder Field, and then take the road that goes north, and you will see where this Gila River comes. Okay, this is our synopsis for the Metro Phoenix area, August 2021. So October of last year is right here. We had 8828 active, and we had 10,027 that were closed then. And then we went way down to 5385 in January 2021. We still sold the same amount of homes. And then February, March, April, and May, we were under 5,000 units, and it's been creeping up since then. June 14th at 5582. July 13th at 6,044, and then August 16th was around 6,850. So you can see the monthly supply is starting to go up from 0.59 to 0.75. So that's a good sign for buyers. The inventory is creeping up, so the market is definitely shifting towards a buyer's market, but it's going to be a long way until it gets to a real buyer balanced market of 4 months, at least in the Metro Phoenix area. I think we'll be at a month's supply within 2, no more than 3 months based on this rate that you're seeing here. The Cromford Market Index is right here. You're going to see all of these, it's better known as CMI. but you're going to see all these cities, a lot of these have red dots, so that means the market demand is decreasing. Goodyear had the highest at 16%, and then Glendale had 14% decrease in demand. However, Scottsdale went up 1% and Fountain Hills went up 9%. Cave Creek went up 10%, so that's pretty interesting there. The West Valley cities, this is a synopsis for the West Valley comparing July 2020 to July 2021. Avondale had a 9.5% decrease in transactions, and then the average sales price was $384,256. Avondale had a 41% increase in annual appreciation from exactly a year ago, from July 2020. That is huge. So, and then Waddell was at 43% right here. They went from 385,285 to 550, 755. Whitman was at 22%, the lowest on this list, from 327,601 to 399, 523. Let's see here. Buckeye was 36.6%, went from 305.98 to 416.802. So, and then the West Valley cities, you'll notice that all the West Valley cities combined had 12.3% less transactions than it did the following month, from July 2021 to June 2021. Waddell had the highest appreciation at 43%. And Avondale was right behind at 41%, which is what I already said. All the West Valley cities averaged 32.7% increase in average sales price from July 2020 to July 2021. This is the Central Phoenix corridor. This is going to be Laveen, Paradise Valley, Phoenix, and Scottsdale. Laveen had 43.1% increase in transactions, 28 more units were sold, which is very interesting because most cities were on the downward swing of transactions. PV, Paradise Valley, was 29.7% less, 22 less homes were sold. But Paradise Valley, the luxury market, went from 1,947,243 to 2,743,790, and ASP, average sales price, of nearly 41% jump from exactly a year ago. Laveen was at 36.9%. Scottsdale was 27.9%. Went from 699, 625 to 894, 563. So this is what has happened here. With all four of these cities combined, there's almost 13% less transactions compared to the previous month of June 2021. So 3417 were sold in June 2021 versus 2985 in July 2021. So that's quite a difference there. And then Paradise Valley and Laveen paved the way in appreciation gains from exactly a year ago. In the East Valley, Apache Junction was at 5.2% in the positive side, the number of transactions. Same with Southeast Gilbert, went up just only 1%, 2 more units were sold. The highest here was Florence at 44.7%, went from 225,706 in July 2020 to 326,562 in July 2021. That is an 85% increase in appreciation from the former 2006 peak. Northeast Mesa went from 505.28 to 549,963. And then Southeast Gilbert went up 33.3% from 454,105 to 605, 697. Queen Creek went from 431,326 from exactly a year ago, July 2020, to 596,895, 38.4% increase. What you'll notice is that Florence, Queen Creek, and Santan Valley all correspond with the Hunt Highway. And I believe it's because of the amount of new construction that is happening in all three of these areas is what's driving these appreciation numbers up so high. So the East Valley collectively had 549 less transactions, 17% decrease from comparing July 2021 with July 2020. North and Central Gilbert had the biggest drop in transactions, 19.8% compared to June 2021, while Florence had an increase at 28%, which is what I said before. If you compare all of the East Valley cities had a 28.7% increase in appreciation from July 2020 to July 2021. Now we're going to the Pinal County cities. Casa Grande just is ready to pop over 300,000 in average sales price last month. So it was 225,347 a year ago, and it's 298,362. So they're going to be joining Florence and Maricopa over the 300,000 threshold. Coolidge was 21.1%. Florence was 45.1%. Maricopa was 37.5% increase in appreciation from 257,149 to 353,594. So Florence has joined Maricopa in crossing the 300,000 threshold for the second time in average sales price. It did that last month. So that is the synopsis for the whole Metro Phoenix area. Now we're going to go to the West Valley cities. This is the highest it sold in Avondale at 580,000, and then it sold at nearly 102% of list price. Buckeye had the highest it sold there was 1.5 million at 100%. Glendale was 1,285,000 for the highest sold. Goodyear highest sold was 960,000 at 100.8% of list price. All of these MLS numbers, you can copy these MLS numbers and put them in our website, and then you go to advanced search. I'll show you how to do that in the next slide. We're 2 more slides from now. Peoria, the highest it sold was a home with an RV garage at 2,135,000, 93 days, 92.8% of list price. And then Surprise, the highest it sold there was 1,450,000. Waddell, same thing, 1,450,000. And then Whitman, the highest it sold there was 645. 47 days on market at 103.2% of list. This is how you'll see how to go to our website. You go to advanced search, and then after advanced search, you go to MLS number search, and then you can type in the MLS number there, and then you will have access to all the listing information and all the pictures. Now we're moving on to Central Phoenix. This is the highest it sold in Carefree at 2,775,000. Cave Creek, the highest it sold there was 2 million. The highest it sold in Fountain Hills was 2,450,000. Very beautiful, nice home right there. Highest it sold in Levine was 850,000. Now this link is not, I don't know if it's operational. I think this is from the previous month. But, the MLS number's right there, so it will work. I needed to just take this off. The highest it sold in Paradise Valley was $10 million at full list price. And then we go to Phoenix, the highest it sold there was $4 million at a whopping 108.2% of list price. The highest it sold in Scottsdale was $7,995,000, so just under $8 million. So you can see that the highest it sold in all of the Metro Phoenix area was indeed in Paradise Valley. Some months it's in Paradise Valley, some months it's in Scottsdale, just depends. And then once again, you get access to the listings there. For the East Valley, Apache Junction, the highest it sold there was $1,090,000. Highest it sold in Chandler was $1,649,000 at full list price. The highest it sold in Florence in Anthem at Merrill Ranch was $500,000, and it looks like this home has like a little golf cart garage right there. 59 days at 90.9% of list price. Highest it sold in Gold Canyon was $2,200,000 at 88% of list. And the highest it sold in Mesa was $3 million. This one happens to be in Las Sendas and Northeast Mesa. Same thing, the same home in Northeast Mesa. Highest it sold in Gilbert was $2,450,000 at 93.8% of list. North Central Gilbert, there's actually one too many zeros there. $1,850,000. Highest it sold in Power Ranch was $850,000. Yeah. Power Ranch, one of these months could have a $1 million listing. If it is, it's going to be a T.W. Lewis home or a Toll Brothers home, one of the two. Highest it sold in Southeast Gilbert was $2,250,000. Highest it sold in Queen Creek was $2,985,000. And the highest it sold in Tempe was $1,860,000. Santan Valley, highest it sold there was $1,200,000 in Incontera. So if you have access to all these listings, just copy the MLS number, and then you will put it into our website. Go to advanced search, then go to MLS number search, type in the MLS numbers right there. So our second commercial break, this is a boulder field that you're looking at, that you will go 13 miles east of the Highway 79 to get to it. And then the coke ovens is what you'll cross north of the Gila River. And then when you go past the coke ovens, you can go to Martinez Mine. That's a lot of stuff to do in a day, so I would reevaluate what you want to do. There's a lot to do in Butts Canyon. And now we're going to go into the payment types. So these are the types of homes that sold. So mobile homes from $150,000 to $300,000, the median sales price was $222,698. June it was at 100%, and then it's 99.9, so pretty much the same. Now the supply though, if you look here in July, it was 0.81 months of supply, and now it's crept up to just over a month of 1.04. So that's a change right there. Condos and townhomes, here's a change from 300,000 to 500,000. It went from 0.60 to 0.75, so that's in the positive direction. Same with condos from 500,000 to $1 million, went from 1.05 to 1.34 for months of inventory supply. And then you're going to find when you get past $1 million, then they start to still go under 100%, which has been doing that for most of this year. But the biggest change here is from 3 to 5 million. It actually got stronger from 96.5%, June's SP to LP ratio to 98.1. However, the inventory went from 2.62 months supply to 4.67. And 5 million and up, it pretty much went from 96.7% in June SP to LP to 99.8, nearly full list price, and $5 million and up. That's very impressive. For the highest price category to be at 100%, I've never seen that before. Months of supply in July was 6.44, and it went to a whopping 11 months of supply. So there was 99 active, and then there's 9 that sold from 5 million and up. So that's where the 11-month supply comes from. So this is how they were paid for. Mobile homes, half of the mobile homes that were sold, that's 90 of them, were cash and conventional. 40 of them were sold FHA. So that's just over 20% of all mobile homes were sold FHA. And out of those 40 that were sold FHA, only 3 of them had seller concessions. Of the 48 that were sold conventional, only 4 had seller concession. And then you go to condos and townhomes. Single family, I'm going to touch on this one, 250 to 350. This is price competitive segment for all price ranges in the Phoenix area. 1844 sold, 780 were conventional, and 458 were cash. So you add those two together, that comes up to what, 1238? So that's about 65% is what I'm guessing right there. Were cash and conventional. Only 338 were sold FHA. That is less than 20% of all these homes were sold FHA. So that's why I'm saying you need to get if you're going to buy in the 250 to 350 price range, you must get a conventional loan. Do whatever you can to get a conventional loan, or go in the outskirts and get a USDA. But FHA is very, very hard to get accepted in this price category. It can be done. 330 of them were, but I would increase my chances to get under contract. Single family 500 to 750 was very competitive. 1528 were sold, 1,062 are conventional, 259 were cash. So that's that's a lot right there. Now you jump all the way from 1 to 2 million, 323 homes were sold, 196 were conventional, 85 were cash. 2 to 3 million, 74 sold, 43 were conventional, 21 were cash. And then 5 million and up, only 9 homes sold that were 5 million and up. 3 were paid on a jumbo conventional loan, and 4 were paid for with cash. And now we're going to go to Southeast Gilbert. So this is what the highest one that sold in Southeast Gilbert is. Avonlea, the highest that sold there was $495, a 1780 square foot single story. And then this one, the price range in this small little neighborhood, 250 homes. Sometimes the high and the low have more of a spread than that. Pecos Park, the highest that sold there was $607,000, 3 days on market at 110% of list price. It's a 2,900 square foot Ryland home. And then the single story, the lowest that sold there was $455, built by Centex, 2345, single story. The reason why I'm going into these neighborhoods, these are the original neighborhoods that I door knocked 5 years ago. So that's why I'm going over just these neighborhoods here. There's no way I could go through every single community in Southeast Gilbert or even all of Phoenix. There's way too many of them. So that's why I'm talking about these. Power Ranch, the highest that sold there was $850,000, built by T.W. Lewis, and it has a basement. This is the lowest that sold in Power Ranch at $375. Santan Ranch, the highest that sold there was $630,000, 9 days on market at 99.2% of list price, 3,483 square feet. And then the lowest that sold there was $415,000, 1 day on the market, 1,261 square feet, Fulton home. So again, copy these MLS numbers, and then you will have access to them on our website. And then this is Queen Creek right here, Queen Creek in Santan Valley. The highest that sold there was $2,985,000. The lowest that sold was this home in Morning Sun Farms at 104.7% of list, $288,000. This is the highest that sold in Santan Valley at $1,200,000. Langley Estates, the highest that sold there was a 2345 Richmond American 2-story at $505. There's been several listings that have been in the low fives with this model. Quinlan Manor, the highest that sold there was $470,000. Only 1 home sold in Quinlan Manor and Langley Gateway Estates last month in July. $470,000, 1916 square feet. So that is Queen Creek and Santan Valley. And then Pinal County cities, the highest that sold there was in 765, 159 days. And the lowest was this mobile home, 38,000. Most definitely not owning the land. Probably on a park lease for sure, park rent. Coolidge, the highest that sold there was 380,000, 48 days on market at 101.3%. And this is the one on Florence that I said in the East Valley video. This home in Maricopa sold for $620,000 in Maricopa, 21 days, 98.4% of list, and it was built by Hacienda Homes. Hacienda is a builder that is very predominant in Maricopa and the Rancho El Dorado side. They do build some of these, or not this model in Santan Ranch, but Hacienda does build in Santan Ranch. And I've seen these in the West Valley as well in certain locations like in Tolleson. So that is the Pinal County cities. And that's pretty much the end of the video. So if you find this video interesting and very informative, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and share this video with your friends or anyone that you know. This shows the whole Metro Phoenix area so that you can see the highs and lows for each of them. And then it goes through the price ranges and home types very well. So you know what to expect. If you're a buyer in any one of those price ranges, you know what the sales price to list price ratios are and the monthly inventory supply rate is. If you find this video interesting, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and share this video with your friends or anyone that you know that wants to move into our beautiful Metro Phoenix area. And I will be happy to help them as well as you find the right home in the right area that you're looking for. Yes. So thank you very much for watching. And if you have any questions at all, Feel free to give me a call at 480-999-6061. Thank you very much for watching and have a great rest of the month.